Alright, hello. So this is just going to be a little bit of a tutorial um, on Blender. This is going to be number 4 in this series. And what I'm going to do today is go over the proportional edit and explain a little bit to you what that's all about. So I'm going to clear my scene up. Right now I'm going to select everything by hitting A on my keyboard. And then I'm going to delete everything because I like a nice, clean, fresh, nothing in there scene. Shift C will bring my cursor to the center. 5 will take me into ortho view. 1 will take me into front ortho view. There we go. Now I can Shift A to add a plane. And I am going to rotate this on the x-axis by 90 degrees so that it is facing forward. I am going to come up here to edit with tab, that's the TAB button. And you'll see it's in edit mode now here. And down here you can see it's in edit mode. And I'm going to go ahead and give this some subdivisions. So I'm going to choose subdivide from my toolbar. And number of cuts I will take to 10. I will then hit subdivide again, take number of cuts back up to about 3. And that looks pretty good to show you what proportional editing is all about. Now, simply, proportional editing is the ability to take one vertex or one area of vertices and to manipulate them and have the vertices that are surrounding it follow it along. So I'm actually going to pull in another example in a minute, I think, but this will help for your practicing. What you're going to do is see this white circle around here now? Well, you're going to see like one like that you can make grow and shrink. So when you come in here down here to turn proportional editing on, and it's this button down here, you have to enable it. So it's enabled. It's now working. Now, whenever I pull on any of the axis arrows, do you see that big white circle here? How it's shrinking and growing? I'm just making the size of it change with my middle mouse wheel while I'm holding the arrow down. If I don't hold the arrow down, then that white selection does not show. That's called area of influence. That means whatever's in that area is going to be influenced by whatever I'm doing. Now the different things that I could do, and let me go ahead and put this in view like this so that you can see it, is if I pull up on it, you'll see that the ones around it pull up with it. Now, the way that these are influenced by the manipulating of this one depends on fall off. And we have different fall offs to choose from. When you connect or enable your proportional editing, you get this secondary button. And in this button, when you click on it, you get the different variety of choices that you have. So random, let me go ahead and let me go back here. If I were to choose random and pull on this, you will see that it pulls up ones around it in a random manner. There's not a whole lot of sense to it. It does seem a little curved upward, but the ones around it are all pulled up randomly. And you can see that they stayed within that area of influence. Alright, so let me go back in the top view here and put that back. Now the next one that is down here is constant. So it just pulls straight up the area of influence. See, it just pulls the whole thing up in a level way. Then we have linear. You see how it's pulling it up with straight sides? But it's like a circle shape. So kind of like a cone. The next one here is sharp, and you'll see how that does it. Pulls it up like that, where the sides are caved in. Whoops, that was sharp, sorry. Okay, root, let me go back here. Root brings it up like that. Almost looks like a Hershey's Kiss, doesn't it? Alright, and then we have sphere, which brings it up like a circle, a smoother circle. And then the last one is smooth, and I like smooth. Smooth just brings it up like a nice curve. You can just see that nice curve. And the thing is that curve is the same all the way around. So you may wonder where something like this might come in handy, right? Well, I'm not going to pull in that example. Let me pull in Suzanne instead. So add mesh monkey. Alright, I'm going to put this in front view mode. And let me go ahead and move that. Well, we'll just delete that for now. Alright, so now we have Suzanne here. I'm going to put her in edit mode. And I'm going to give her some subdivisions. Now remember, subdividing can be pretty dangerous for your count, so always do it with caution. Also, try to use it only where you really need it. If you don't need it in an area, if you don't need it here, like in the head area, then you don't want to use it. It just really is going to be impossible to have anything manageable as far as land impact goes in Second Life. Okay, so now if I have proportional editing off, let me disable that. And I choose just the nose, right? I can pull that out, which looks kind of stupid. I can maybe pick a little border area and pull that out. And then choose a bigger area, pull that out. Bigger area. You know, well, to get that to look nice, it's going to be really difficult to do. Near impossible to do with a nice result. So, what you can do is use your proportional editing. So choose the front one, the front icon, vertex here on the nose. And then turn your proportional editing on. And I would use, let's say, probably smooth is the best for this one. But then here I have my area of influence. I want to bring my area of influence down to just encompass most of the nose. And see, now when I pull on this, it actually pulls it very uniformly. Can you see how that works? As I raise and lower the area of influence, you can see with the area of influence very small, it's only pulling this here. But with it bigger, it manipulates them further back, see? So that is one way to do proportional editing, or one of the easy ways to show how it might be used. Another easy way is for to make waves. So you know how you see all those waves all over SL, the opposite ones, and you're wondering how did they do that? Well, proportional editing. So I'm going to go ahead. And now the one thing that we want to remember is that we're going to want to rotate this, okay? Because our texture, when we bring it in world, is going to be going along this path, okay? Or it's going to be, I'm sorry, it's going to be going along the X path right here. Of course, you can change all that on your texture, but just to make it simple from the beginning, it's going to be coming in from this side. So we want our texture to come in from the top. So all we really need to do is to rotate this on the Z by 90. And there, now this is going to be the top of it in world, or the part where the wave begins from. So now we put this into edit mode. We're going to give this 10 and 3 cuts, just like we did before. So subdivide, number of cuts up to 10, subdivide again, and number of cuts up to 3. And that's going to be really nice. Okay, we want to use smooth for our fall off. What we're going to do is we're going to think about how a wave works. So just deselect everything. A wave works by water coming from here, kind of all gathers together where it forms the, the overflowing or overlapping stuff. Creates more of like all the water catches up to each other, like when a wave falls over itself. So we're going to grab somewhere around here. In our area of influence, we want fairly a nice size. So maybe about like that. Now you can see when I pull it, how they're all gathering here, but they're staying spread here. The texture as it comes down is going to be stretched out over these parts and moving it. It moves at the same rate, but because it has to stretch itself over these vertices, it's going to look like it's moving slower than when it has to stretch over these areas, which are much thinner. So that's going to give you the gathered foamy look. Alright, so making waves is just all about your choice. But then you'd pick another area and you'd make a little foamy wave area there. Maybe one here not quite as strong. Maybe a couple where they're billowing out to the side. You can even tip this a little bit and pull it over, and you'll see that the proportional editing works both with the rotation technique and the pulling it as well. So just keep doing this until you get what you like. And honestly, it's really hard to know what you're going to like, especially with this till you get it in world and you look at it with some textures on it. Now I'm just going to make this area of influence a little bit smaller, and I'm just going to bring these down just a little bit. And this is just experimenting. This is no rule. This is not how you have to make it. But what I want to show you is one other thing. Now this prim, even though it's going to have these waves, when you look at it straight or on like this is going to look very three-dimensional, even though it's very flat. And if I look from the front view, you can see how flat it is. What you can do is I can go into top view here. I can use my circle select, and I can select my curves like this. I don't think I really want to select the edge ones, but I can select those going around like that. Maybe a few little, not those ones. Those ones are where it would be going down. So maybe just a little more down or up there. Something like that. Now these are where I'm imagining the water either coming up or going down, like coming up position here, going down on this side. And what that's going to do is allow me to go to the side view and just turn proportional editing off, so disable it, and pull up on those a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. And I think I kind of like that. It looks like I got the areas I want. So now go ahead and turn proportional editing back on. Still using the smooth pull on this. And it's going to give you a nice gradual lift from all of these edges around to the tops there. And that is just going to give it a little bit of more 3-dimension when you bring it in world. Or you can keep it flat. Flat works really nicely too. Either way, it's your choice. So go ahead and try that. And that's it for proportional editing. Thank you.